Alright, let's see if this works. Oh, it looks like it's streaming now. So I just gotta change the details of this stream. There we go. And oh, I wish I got some water. So how we doing? Let's flick to the main chart. So gold's doing pretty well. And so why did I get into gold? Switch screens again. So chart's a little bit different because I entered this trade actually quite a while ago. We've got a second inside day, so it's still not like the greatest trading environment or conditions. 4 hour, I think even when I started this, even the 4 hour was like inside. And I'm actually trying to go with the strat now. Now that I'm doing these smaller time frames, just going day 4 hour 15, and then on my main chart 5. So right now is actually, except for the daily, pretty textbook of how to get in and out of a strat. But I kind of thought like, well, even if things are not ideal, I can still see basic uptrend, and getting in on something that isn't a perfect strat signal would get me in at a bit of a discount. And I changed my stop loss and stuff. My stop loss is still at 100. But I was like, oh gosh, this mouse is laggy. Um, might change mouse again. Getting these new batteries, heavy duty batteries, would fix the mouse problem, and it didn't. So I'm just unplugging my audio interface so I can put my mouse in that USB instead. And yeah, I've set my take profit to, actually we'll put it a bit above there. Why is that not changing? There we go. So a bit above that resistance, and that's just a target. And I was thinking of locking in some profits, move my stop loss up higher. But I'm going to let it run for now. MNQ's been pretty sideways, and I actually lost a few trades on it, thinking, is it going up, is it going down? And if I look at the range, these charts, see the hourly has just been so, not that great. And I've actually got a bit of a bias to short today. Once again, the daily candle is inside the past 4 hour. Actually, that. Um, so yeah, this started at 2 p.m. about 2 hours ago, and that was the one that was going on before, and still inside candles. So I did kind of rush this trade. Once again, it's on the basis that everything on the very long term. So like here, uh, kind of past 2 days, an uptrend, and on the 4 hour, see, yeah, it is uptrending. So once again, I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just going to go up, and I'm just getting in at a cheaper price. Um, that's just been going up and down, and not really moving much at all. But I thought I'd just give it a go anyway. So Daisy. Um, so back to gold. Maybe I should at least like lock in the profits to 100. So let's see where that might be. Is it here? That's 91. Okay, I don't really want to lock in the profits there. That's 35. And it's not really much for me to say or do at the moment. Go to the toilet and get some water. Not not water from the toilet. Go to the toilet and then I'll get some water from the tap. Alrighty. Gold's doing even better. So, yeah, my take profit is at $355. Let's see if it gets there or even further. Now, I might, oh, that's a nice green bar, almost at 200. Gee, imagine if I went in with two contracts. Gee. And, now what I just thought I'd do is I'll get my, just about to put something else on the screen. And here we go. So this can show my positions or even unrealized P&L and stuff. Might do some trades on MES later, so like I'll leave a little bit of room here. But I won't always have this up because you know it's obscuring the charts. So just do this. So not much to want to say right now. Let's have a look at MNQ again because I, you know, can be confident with what's happening with gold. So the bigger time charts. Sometimes. And, you know, I should be waiting. should be waiting. I shouldn't actually have entered this MNQ trade, given that we've got inside day. How long has this candle been open? So I did go short before, but it hit my stop loss. Oh, wrong window. Um, Hit my stop loss, which is about here. And I've taken a few losses today, mostly on that, where if I this back up and I go, what's the daisy, to here, see my realized P&L is minus 176 because I think one of them was $100 loss, and then there was like two smaller losses that I moved the stop loss to. So I'm beginning to not just do the straight 100 to 100. Sometimes moving my stops up, sometimes taking my take profit up. Yeah. But going back here. So once again, I would prefer it to go up. And in that case, we'd probably have to wait for the daily to actually turn green, which may or may not happen. I should be more patient. Especially if I'm like strictly doing the strat, which I'm not, because it takes a while for the planets to align to do the strat. You really just have to keep on watching and waiting for all of that time frame continuity, where I just think like, well, you can still see other price action other than, the two most recent candles. You can get an idea, even if you do see like the two most recent candles on each time frame, or two or three, depending on the actionable signal, lining up. Well, if you look at all the other recent price action, you get another idea of like, well, how much bullishness is going into that bullish actionable signal, that kind of thing. Now, another thing that I try to put it on my screens sometime when I'm streaming, but when my positions close, it stops showing this thing here. So it gets annoying when I close positions and I have to reopen it again, put it back on the charts. But that'll give you a little indication of how the trades are going when you can't actually see the other trade and I don't have the control center open. So Daisy, I might put this thing in the middle. Whoops. And with gold, yeah, I just remembered I actually... Oh, that's right, I did lock in profits. I locked in at 35. Just because it was a pivot point. And, oh, just 2 minutes ago, another 15 candle opened. Oh, my position track is not showing again. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I don't know why it does that. Probably because I switched between gold and NQ. Let me see if that's what does it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That just got rid of it. If I go to back to gold. Okay, it's still not showing. So yeah, that thing's kind of a bit buggy trying to get it to show. So instead I'll just have to open the control center. So what was I looking at? Yes, new 15-minute candles. I think it was on MNQ that I was looking at. No, 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 it wasn't. Because that one's just a inside doji at the moment. Surprise, surprise. Um, so here on 15, see that go up above the previous candle's high. We're in a good place. Now, could be worthwhile moving the stop loss at least to here, which would be locking in the profits at 98. Or, no, that's, could be done on the 1 hour, about up to here. So about 5215, hang on, 5215.1. What would that look like? The other charts, that would be around about here on the 15. What would it look like on the 5? 5215.1 is just below that previous candle, and it's at that pivot. How would that affect my P&L if I close there? So I still wouldn't be in a positive realized P&L, because even now, while it's above my total P&L that's live and unrealized, still not in the positive. So once again, I am hoping for it to at least get to this pivot point, which is 5237.2. See where that is on the other charts. What number was that again? 5237. 5237. So I guess it would be this pivot point. Oh, well, of course, that's where my freaking stop profit is here. So yeah, it already shows me that. Hopefully we go higher. You know, on the daily, that would just be this pivot point. So I might even like set it higher. On the daily. And that would be 4,270. What does that even look like on the other charts? I mean, totally, it's not entirely unrealistic. I mean, like, you know, if this candle can move that much, or even this one, it's like this one, its low is below today's low. It's, you know, highs all there. So if this candle can make all that movement in one day, it's very well possible. It is a possibility that this one could do the same. Now, problem is that there's a consistency rule on the evaluation that I want to take. So if I do moves like that, then it's going to make me very hard to get payouts and stuff. So I probably will have to cut the trade short. In between that, it's really not 100% likely that it's going to get there. Now, as I said, what is that going to look like on the other charts? It's quite a lot there. I probably wouldn't even bother zooming out on the other charts. Except for maybe just looking, what does it look like on the 5 minutes? And oh, we're actually almost touching my stop loss there. So it doesn't even look that far on this. That is a magnitude that I want to aim for, even if it means opening and closing more trades while hopefully it goes up there. At least up to here. And just add a little line there. Because that's resistance anyway. How's MNQ doing? Same old, same old. Probably draw a support and resistance here as well. And we'll draw... that's interesting that this point of resistance was touched there as well. And we'll add another here, another here. As for resistance, I find support and resistance actually is very important. It often does affect my trading performance. What's gold look like? We're going to be touching my stop loss. Oh, feeling quite lethargic. I haven't had one coffee today, but I'm out of coffee at home. Might make a tea. Sit here while the kettle's boiling. So that was a good decision to start using smaller time frames. I mean, other than the 1 minute, which is 5 minutes now. But what I mean is like a smaller scale instead of weekly down to a minute, going down daily down to a minute, and including the 15 minutes in that. It's allowed me uh, to do more short term trades, read the market changing at a much faster rate. And so here on gold, I hope to see today's candle break above um, the um, the high the previous day. Even breaking the high of the day before that would just be freaking gold. Get it? Gold. And I would like to see, just in like my little display and stuff, is seeing right now how MNQ is at minus 36 or so. See that actually go up a bit. See that go into green would be sick. Um, I may have to adjust the stop loss at some point if it goes like against, uh, if I just see some kind of pivot that doesn't work. But then again, I've got my stop loss pretty much at that low pivot. Now on the on here, the hourly, which there's just about 15 minutes left of the hourly, some quite significant lower wicks. So I would say that because of this, this hour is very interesting. Actually, what's interesting about it is the open. Uh, well, the open is lower than the previous close, so it is quite bearish. Um, but yeah, very tough battles. And that's what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that this bar had a potential to be failed too, meaning it's gone up, down, and back up into green, which would be very good if it stays like that, even if that leads into the next candle being more bullish again. Um, Looking at my P&L on MNQ, it's under negative 20. Right now it's negative 16. And on the 4 hourly, it still wouldn't be making an actionable signal. But I have found that sometimes it is. Oh, gold must have just dropped a bit. Yeah, it just did. Anyway, um, we'll wait for that to recover and then place some more on gold. As for MNQ, um, as I was saying, is there'd be a break in continuity on the 4 hour, but I find that if the hourly and 15, that could be good enough. That's three consecutive time frames. Hour 15, 5. Um, Now I just remember that uh, even on the daily, it actually is bearish bias. But once again, I see two trending up. There's little bit of a lower wick. We're seeing that here. This doji, it could just mean that the bears and bulls are fighting in a very tight range. Then there could be a more explosive movement. Um, Overall, the past few days looks like if we draw a broadening formation, we do it here to here. It's probably more like here to here. It kind of leads me to believe that it's more likely to go up. Still not too confident with broadening formations, but it's something I want to observe anyway. Okay. Now I'm curious if this would give an opportunity to buy in at a lower price. Just gonna get my tea now. Gonna put my guitar away because it's a bit distracting. I'm one of those people who leave stuff lying around because you think you're gonna use it later, but all it really does is clutter up your living space. Now, I am considering, like what I said before, is maybe getting in at a cheaper price here. I'm gonna try it anyway. Uh, just it's another opportunity, and I just want to see how it turns out. And put this up here. So that's 269 take profit, 100 loss, and potentially move that stop higher. I'm waiting for a day that isn't an inside day. I'm looking for a day that, um, yeah, it's just a full bullish signal. Where would it put my stop loss if I put it here? That'd be $49. Now that's a 5.5 to 1 risk reward. Wonder what the minute looks like. It's okay. I wonder if I should start using the minute instead of the 5. There's a lot of stuff going on there. In fact, on the minute, this looks like a downtrend. Maybe it could be good to flick between the two. In terms of signals, I think that the 5 minute is a bit easier to read. And what's my P&L looking like? Okay, so my realized P&L, and this is including commissions, is now at negative 80. Another 6 minutes until the new hourly and 15-minute candles. Let's see what this next 5-minute candle is going to look like. Half a minute left. That's a note that I have to make. I thought of this note before. Um, so, lessons learned. Oh, gold just went up a bit. What does that look like? It's all right. Anyway, lessons learned. One. Uh, and it is, I'm not trying to predict what the market will do in the future. I'm reading what it is doing in the current moment. Uh, and what it has previously, the current moment, context of what it has previously done. So I think that's something that hangs up a lot of people who don't understand this. Think, well, are you a fortune teller? How do you know it's going to go up? And we don't. We don't know if it's going to go up or down, but we know if it's going up or down. And it is a nuanced difference. What is it doing now? It is, and has, formed higher highs and higher lows. MNQ is looking a little less negative now as well. I think there's more significant bull bars than there are bear bars at the moment. The bear bars are very small and choppy, where like the bull bars are a lot more consistent and significant. So hopefully we see a break of these two resistance. If it breaks that resistance, I would probably actually, there's a lot of room to move up here as well. So I might even place that up here, going for a $360 move to 36 to 1 risk or reward. And now once again, it's like, this doesn't mean I'm just waiting for it to go up there. That's just a best case scenario. But I'll also try to lock in profits and reduce losses in the meantime. Gold's going up a bit. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, now hopefully this is what I was trying to achieve. Maybe this is buying at a cheaper price. And if that's the case, I'm actually quite happy with my analysis that I'm not just going solely off the strat signals, but learning how to read the greater market context and price action. New hourly and 15 counting down. This is the same timer that the new hourly and 15 will be happening. Show you what that looks like. So I'm seeing good lower wick in this recent 15. So I would hope that that continues, and where it opens on the next candle, then it might just keep on peaking above. But I want to see what it looks like. Oops, on the 5 minute. MNQ is becoming less and less negative, so might even be reaching that resistance. See how it interacts there. Something that I'm really loving right now is the idea that consolidation precedes bigger movements. It's making me appreciate those moments a lot more, not just for the waiting, but for the reading as well. You actually do get to read a lot of information with price action. You know, if you're not placing a trade, then you've just got all of this stuff to consider. Then when it does make a move, you see how does that work in context. What does my account balance look like now? So unrealized P&L is about $50, and total P&L unrealized it's about -20, so we're doing okay. Like I said, we're seeing these strong bullish candles, and we're reaching that resistance. What is going to happen? Is this going to be another one of those moments where I realize that I do have to learn how to trade ranges better? And I'm going to actually draw another line of resistance, support here, um, about here, because I can see that it was touched once, kind of twice, bit here too, and a dip below here. So price is very consolidated at the moment. on the multi-chart view, seeing 2-2 continuation on the hourly, 2 continuation on the 15. It's not, on the 4 hour, it's still inside, and on the daily, it's still bearish inside. But once again, there is greater market context than just the past 1, 2, 3 bars, all the time frames. There is more evidence that there is the potential of bullishness. Oh, and gold's going down a bit. What's happening here? Hourly and 15 on gold are inside bear bars. Just looking forward to some days where daily is not an inside bar. Looking for moments of like lots of that great time frame continuity so I can really get some good trades done. Oh, I'm tired. I wish I had more coffee. Might be running out of tobacco soon. And when I run out of tobacco, actually New York opens, not New York, London opens in 2 hours. So might have to leave the stream running while I go to the shops and get some ground coffee or something. See, so I've still got a fair bit of tobacco left. Can't remember how late I was up last night. Where's my ashtray? There it is. Hiding. Another thing that I take into account with going beyond the strat signals and focusing on, a kind of time frame continuity is lower wicks. So that's actually, yeah, just looking at this now, that's doing what I want it to do, is increasing the lower wick. Gold's going back to where it was before. Before we were actually into negative territory, but now it's in the profits at 40. Bit of tug of war happening these past 3 candles, and we just broke the high of both those. It's looking better. What does MNQ look like? Still testing that resistance. See the previous 5-minute bar got shoved down a bit. The bulls are really trying here. So I'm just going to watch this until my little indicator that you can't see off the screen till that shows that gold is going up or down a fair bit while it's sitting here at about $50. Um, won't need to look at it too much. Time frame continuity on here is looking good. We've got 2 ups on these, and this one is moving up. So I've kind of got, yeah, kind of 2 levels of resistance to get past here. Now I might see on the daily for gold if there's any uh, broadening formation we can draw on a higher time frame. There's a higher high and higher low here. So higher high and lower low. Even on the 15. High, lower low. Which doesn't look good, because that looks like it wants to go down more. Still really don't get the broadening formation context very well, but still something to observe. And gold's taking a dip now. Not too bad, it's still pretty much in that range. Those past 3 candles. Though that red one was engulfing. So even that's a broadening formation because it's an engulfing candle. What would that look like on the 1 minute? Something like this. Which would kind of imply that it's on the way down again. I might just observe that on the 1 minute actually. And on Q, went up a bit. Sitting at that resistance. See if it breaks the other one. And I might move the stop loss here, and that's at -40. Looking pretty nice on the bigger charts. Looks like this bar here. So we can see there was that failed to, and some people, what they consider the failed to be is an engulfing bar, because it went down to break the low, it went up, and then on the next bar it covers the range of that. And this actually all covers the range of that. So you could even say that this is happening as a broadening formation. Looks pretty good here. Hitting 30. Now, I'm still yet to understand what ATR does. It has something to do with like the range of a candle. So how they call it average true range. And still yet to see how it actually impacts the price action. Like when it's higher up on the chart, does that mean the moves are bigger or they're smaller, or it has something to do with that, is what I've heard. Looks like we're going through that resistance pretty clean. I don't know if that means that it's more likely to keep going clean or not. Just observe it. That's a bit of a reaction, that candle. What's my P&L look like? About unrealized P&L, we're almost in the positive actually. -135, -85 cents. Could be recovering today's losses. Oh gosh, I'm pretty much chain smoking at the moment, and I dare say it's because I don't have any coffee. You know what? I might take a bit of extra medication, because my doctor allows me to do that if I do need it. So this is dexamphetamine for ADHD. The doctor said that if I'm doing a bit of work, need to concentrate, I can take an extra pill, um, and it's if I'm not having any coffee at the moment, I might as well take this and also just see how it affects my trading performance. If it actually allows me to concentrate with more patience, or is it too stimulating and is it gonna make my decisions more hasty and rushed? So see how that goes. But then that's also done in the context of not having my second daily coffee, which is actually pretty important. People with ADHD, we use caffeine to self-medicate, and it's not always an intentional thing. We don't go, oh, I'm feeling, cloudy in the head and uh, blah blah. You know, coffee will fix the ADHD symptoms and that. It's actually just more like we're just very drawn to caffeine because it just makes us feel like we're functioning better, whether we're conscious that that's what we're doing or not. Like when I have coffee every day, usually having two coffees a day, I'm not thinking consciously about my ADHD symptoms. I'm just thinking like, uh, it's time for a coffee. A coffee would feel good. A coffee would help me get through the day a bit easier. And it's just like kind of habitual. Um, J.S. Bach, great Baroque composer, he said that if he didn't have his three coffees a day, he would be like a piece of dry goat meat. Okay, seeing some interesting stuff here. Last candle is wicking a bit. The candle's almost done. After that, I'll flick to the 15-minute chart. Actually, I probably don't need to. It's an inside red bar, which you could probably gather from this. But I will look at gold because that's dropped a bit. But be moving up again. Who knows if this is just part of that broad information. I just realized I was looking at the 1 minute on MNQ. So I kept it on 1 minute for gold because I wanted to see that broaden information, how it's interacting. So what does this look on the 5? Oh my gosh, gold is going down. Like on the 5. I think I might be better off looking at the 1 minute for gold at the moment because the price action's pretty clear on the 1 minute. There's not too many like dojis, not too many crazy wicks. A bit more over here, but these directional bars quite clear. I'm literally feeling sick from not having enough coffee, and probably been staying up late the past few nights. Oh, gold's going down again. I'll just watch gold a bit. It's good that I made that hundred something dollar move on gold earlier. You hope to see the daily candle move above the previous high or even the high before that. See if I've got any viewers. No. And yeah, we've got some significant lower wicks on gold. And you know what? That could have been the extremity broadening formation because that is lower than that low. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'd say that MNQ sitting about 20-ish in my little display means that it's still testing that resistance. Lower wicks failed too. At some point, I think I will buy some coffee actually. Might even do that soon, just so I'm ready for London. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I'll be back. That's my phone. There it is. I'm just waiting for the coffee to brew. So, what do we have here? Um, when I just glanced at the screen, MNQ was at $50, and yeah, it looks like it might be going through that level of resistance. See what it does to the next one. Gold, what are you doing? Consolidating. Oh, well, I've got my coffee, so a bit more prepared for London in an hour and 20 minutes. Oh. Seeing higher lows here. This way. Slightly higher highs here. That. It's a bit MNQ again. I want to see. So when it was $50, it was somewhere in those previous candles, I think. Now, should I get rid of that line of resistance? I think I should. And see if it breaks through the next one. Oh, I'm so tired. I hope London livens up a bit, so I have to put up with like this slow trading. And I'm kind of glad that this is actually working out in the sense that I don't have the textbook strat time frame continuity, but still reading things are generally bullish. It looks like we're ambitious here. Now that open was above the open of that previous candle. So it looks like bulls are pretty eager to try and take out that resistance. We'll have to see if it holds. So far we're doing good. Now on the 1 minute, these peaks are a bit more prominent. So looking at these as levels of resistance might be a bit more significant. So keep that in mind. And we're getting closer to that mark again, where my total P&L, if I bring it up here, is almost neutral. All right, so testing that resistance. I don't think we opened above it. Yeah, we kind of opened maybe just a little bit under it or so. Let's look at gold. This is Chop Fest. And it's broken that low. So still lower lows than that. I mean, higher lows than those two. Now, I've really never really given these much consideration as bull channels and bear channels. But, you know, this looks like some kind of a bull channel maybe. Okay, the low. Okay, now it's not. It's not a bull channel anymore, I would say. And it's actually seems to be a level of support. I draw that here. You can see it was touched here, almost there, here, almost there, and here again. Does that go back further? Not really. And that is also in line with that trajectory of the broadening formation. So I want to see if it, uh, yeah, how, just, does it want to go back to the other side? Is it going to be prompt? Um, so far it looks like a prompt move up that wick. Looks like it might be engulfing. No, got 5 seconds left of the candle. Oh, yep, it's engulfing. Is usually a good sign, especially when, you know, it opens, turns red, and then the bulls just push it all the way back up. Fair bit of tug of war happening on this one. Let's look at MMQ. Going back from that resistance. Pretty strong move. It's a pretty strong rejection. It's a lot stronger than the move up there. It's a bit of hesitation on that candle. Still lower wicks. Whoa, I'm so tired. What's the 5 minute look like? Gold is being a bit volatile right now. Even though there was that engulfing bar here on the 5 that made a bit of a broadening formation. I'm not seeing any higher highs. Just lower lows and lower highs actually. It is mostly a bear channel. I'm going to get rid of that broadening formation. Now, we're touching resistance support again. Want to see how it reacts. The last reaction, in fact, the last few reactions. So, you know, that last touch of support, the next bar was engulfing, big lower wick. Back here was rejected a fair bit. Even here's a broad information. Yeah, this one here. So is it going to reject it? If it keeps rejecting it and eventually does move up, then I would say I've bought in a very good place, given it's like right next to support. Higher time frames. Well, the hourly and the 15, they end in 4 minutes. But yeah, the hourly is bearish inside, and on the 15 we do have a downtrend. Flick to that. So there's the high on that green candle. Okay, it's slightly above that, but it's still pretty much lower highs and lower lows. being in on gold right now is not great. Could have taken some profits. But I'll see. And actually, here we go. It just how's that? Okay, that's still got our stop loss at $49. Now, what's this new candle gonna look like? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. New candle. Is it rejecting again? I mean, we just saw like this one uh, pass through, reject, slow peak down, little bit of rejection, but I think this is the first open below it. Oh no, that there was that one that was below it. So yeah, we've got another open below. And I don't think we've had any closes below support. Unless we count how far does it go back? Oh, I think I only made it go back down to here. So stop rolling that cigarette for a second. I put support at these two candles, but maybe it's about here. There's a rejection. And I think this support actually makes a bit more sense. That it's got those two there as well. The strong rejection, and we've opened above the previous 5 candles. Looks like it failed too, possibly engulfing. Downside. Feel a lot better now that I've got this coffee. It's almost finished. My little monitor, um, little position tracker, MNQ is still doing okay. Yeah, those hourly candles actually they just opened uh, a minute and a bit ago, a minute and a half. They don't look how I want them to look. Actually, even a 4 hour just opened. Yeah, just then actually. That's not how I want them to go. Should I just take the loss? I think I should. It's hard, it goes against, my usual habits and inclinations. I still, even on those higher time frames saying that, I'm still curious. What does support say? Okay, there's our answer. Now, we actually have a somewhat bearish bias on gold. If I look here, so we've got 2-2 continuations here, bearish there, that's inside. So I might start going short, actually. And it looks like it's been going that way for a while, so I think I will. Let's look at points of interest. Keep it as that. This to here. It looks like Q is still testing that resistance. It's on its way back up a bit. Yeah, getting rid of ATR. Not really looking at it much. There we go. Now we've got a bigger chart to look at. What's gold doing? Rejecting off that support. 15-minute is showing. Oh, I was looking at the wrong chart, the wrong window with the streaming. So 15-minute is showing this big lower wick, and it could be the trajectory of that broadening formation I drew on the 15, which would be a good thing for going long. See how that goes. Now, if let's look again. Actually, we've got just under 9 minutes left on that 15. If I see the hour and the 15 become failed twos, then I think I will change my position and go long. And I would feel a lot more confident with going long there. In that case, I would say even the hourly, the 4 hourly would start to be going green. It would still be an inside, the day would still be inside, but there's still, at least it would be bullish, and at least these two time frames would would be more bullish. Getting up to $50 again. Let's see. Does it resistance? We're touching resistance again. Oh gosh, that coffee was good. Feels so much better. Now the 4 hourly, even though the daily is inside, it's got a lower wick. It's pushing up a bit. The 4 hourly is almost an actionable signal. It is almost a 212 reversal. If it is a 212 reversal, then maybe over the next few bars, you might even see that high being reached. Connection lost. Oh, come on. Hate it how that happens. And I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or if it's NinjaTrader. But it's a real bugger how the connection keeps on cutting out. Oh, now it's not logging back in. I might have to close and reopen NinjaTrader. Oh, bugger. Okay. I have to stop this